When I want to isolate myself and get my mind together, I do beadwork. This helps me to express myself. She can do it for hours. She's good in selecting colors. She feels colors. She has good taste. "16-year-old Poltavian Daryna Nosenko was born in a family with old needlework traditions. That's why our young guest has inherent love of arts. All our family was involved in needlework. My husband's grandmother embroidered towels, my mother as well, and my children also do needlework. Being with her grandmother at the exhibition, 8-year-old Dasha saw a beaded rose, which literally fascinated her. Grandmother noticed Dasha's burning eyes and decided to get her involved in beadwork. When I started to study, I faced many problems. I was quite a rambunctious and restless child. But sometimes I had to sacrifice myself. I really liked it, but I could not sit for more than 2 hours in one place. Dasha was very young, and for a year she was trying to find herself. I remember her as a bully, though I can say that she was a very savvy, diligent, and hard-working child. We've known each other for 5 years or even more. She can be different. Earlier, she was more active, now she's calmer. I visited her exhibitions and I consider her very talented. In short, we communicate well. I didn't expect her to like it. She was very enthusiastic from the first classes. The more she was praised, the more she was interested in it, and she won many exhibitions and contests. Dasha started with simple objects like all others. Today, this young craftsmaster can work using more than 10 techniques, which require very special skills. For 8 years, Dasha has mastered almost all the techniques intended for beginners. Now she works as a master. Of course, there are quite different techniques, and only a master should search, find, and invent their own technique. The most difficult thing for me is a right angle or a brick stitch. That is when beads look similar to bricks in a ready-made object. And this is what requires very accurate work. Beading is very difficult and meticulous work. One mistake can lead to the unweaving of a ready-made object. I can make many mistakes because I'm not a professional. For now, I'm just learning. Therefore, I have to correct my mistakes. The earlier you notice your mistake, the better. This craft requires diligence and a creative imagination to make something unique. It's necessary to love it and to live it, like Dasha does. I don't know whom she wants to be in the future, but I know and feel that she's a good person. Anybody that works with beads like Dasha does must be perfect. She has a knack for selecting colors and has very good taste. Sometimes she gets an idea, looks for colors, begins to weave something, and it does not work out. She complains to me about the wrong color. Then she finally finds the right one and finishes her work. I prefer elegant colors such as red, black, and white. They're old-fashioned, but I really like them. Since ancient times, bead ornaments were highly valued because they were handmade, which required time and skills. Bead ornaments competed with those made of precious metal. Cleopatra herself willingly accepted bead necklaces as gifts. This young guest of our program also likes to weave bead ornaments. She started with rings, bracelets, and now she makes more refined necklaces. I also like ornaments because I can ask her to make any one that will match my dress. She always does it with pleasure, and I wear what she makes for me. It's very hard work. It's like crocheting, eyelet by eyelet, bead by bead. And it's necessary to run a thread through each bead several times. Also, the techniques are different. You can use a fishing line or a soft thread. Necklaces are woven with nylon thread. This makes them more elastic and flowing. Daryna's grandmother is highly skilled at beadwork because she was into this art from a young age. I wanted to help her, so she understood me as an older friend and grandmother. And as her advisor, we would work together and sometimes argue. I really like Dasha and her grandmother tandem. They both discuss and select colors. They both can share their part of work with each other. Grandmother was involved in making bead necklaces and bead embroidering. Dasha also can embroider with beads. One of her exhibitions presented her most difficult work, a beaded icon. This required many calculations. It's really difficult, but she likes everything new. After designing bouquets, she wanted to embroider pictures with beads and to roll beads. She constantly likes to improve her skills, so it should come as no surprise that she began engaging in bead embroidering of icons and not pictures. The Poltava craftsmaster Daryna Nosenko loves nature. Among her works, many flowers can be seen. Sometimes it is even difficult to distinguish a live from a beaded flower. Ukrainian views, history and culture also inspired Daryna. We organized Dasha's exhibition titled "I am just a simple Ukrainian girl." So this child really is of Ukrainian origin and is very fond of Ukrainian patterns. She works with woven fabric in the mosaic technique. She made many necklaces using different techniques and different colors. She has Ukrainian roots, which is evident in all of her works. She is a true yellow and blue Ukrainian.
Я думаю, все ж таки перемагає в усіх роботах. Вона щира українка.
When I want to calm down, I just design my future work on paper. My teacher forbids me to plagiarize from the internet, as she believes that each person is individual. In order to design their own work, people of the arts should think flexibly. Looking at the works by other artists, I want to bring them to fruition in a beaded form. At first, I drew for her because I like drawing. Then we discussed with each other what color of beads would be the best. And now, when she sees an ornament that she likes, she tries to replicate it. Despite this, her works are different every time. During her studies, Dasha managed to hold several solo exhibitions and did not even expect her works to attract so many people. I was surprised by the number of visitors. Those who wanted came, and I received a lot of positive feedback. No one imagined I would do beadwork. Dasha considers beading a good form of rest and relaxation. She can work for hours while immersing in her ideas and thoughts. When I want to isolate myself and get my mind together, I do beadwork. This helps me to express myself. There's an unspoken rule in Dasha's study group: learn yourself and then teach others. By the end of the classes, she will receive a certificate that will allow her to share her knowledge with others. I've almost finished with my arrangement for solace. We only need to add some leaves using beads and wire. I use beads of two shades, lighter and darker. This leaf was made in the ladder stitch technique. We should string the thread with beads. Of course, she can teach a lot, especially young children. Even I learn from her. We should bring two elements of the leaflet together, and then I'll connect them in one arrangement. And here is a completely different Dasha, active, courageous, and full of initiative. She behaves this way during field hockey training. Sport was always in Dasha's life, but field hockey became her favorite. She was impressed with her first hockey training. I couldn't even imagine that she would stay in it for a long time. Indeed, this sport is quite exciting and challenging, but at the same time can be traumatic. Field hockey is a team sport. I was astonished by teamwork as a gambling game.
Веселее, конечно. Это игра, азарт. И, наверное, мне это...
And this surprised me. I like competitions where I have the chance to communicate and have fun with my peers.
Это очень весело. Столько много новых приключений.
Sport educates and organizes. Regular sports competitions help to keep your body fit and in good shape. Now my child is independent. I'm not afraid because she can help herself. She always finds a way out of any situation. Sports have developed responsibility and independence in her. Even when it's hard, all forces are exhausted and the body feels pain, Dasha still goes towards her ultimate goal, to victory. There's no need to choose between beading and field hockey. Dasha is good at anything she does, but very soon she will face making the choice of her true and most beloved profession. Sometimes she wants to become a teacher, and Dasha can be good at it. In the meantime, Daryna is preparing for another exhibition. She creates, draws inspiration, and inspires others. She also plans to create something incredible and memorable. I dream of creating a great and unique work so that everyone could be proud of my efforts and achievements. Daring and talented, courageous and restless, independent and happy, they are our future and the future of Ukraine.